Welcome to Chapter 5, Part 4. Essential Outcomes. You will create and design an entire website using codes from all chapters by structuring and styling horizontal and vertical nav bars, utilizing universal fonts such as Google Fonts, inserting music and embedding video, creating and designing relative pages, and connecting key terms in the chapter with application. Creating relative pages. The template. When creating a website, you always start with the website template. A template includes the masthead, nav bars, your horizontal and vertical, relative and absolute links, social media links, the div container tag, floating boxes containing lipsum.com text, the footer. A template only contains the information that appears on all of your relative pages. When you create a template, it is saved as !template.html. The exclamation point places the template at the top of all documents inside a folder. Relative pages. First, you start with the home page. The home page should include a little bit of everything that will appear on all of your pages within your website. The home page is meant to give the user a feel for what the website contains. It has the relative name index.html. It links to images or articles on other pages. The relative pages are pages within your website that contain the detailed information for your site. For example, a football website might have the following relative pages: a schedule page, a roster page, publicity events, store, and more. The first step in creating your relative pages is to set up your template. The template should be set up exactly how you want it to look. Colors should be correct. All objects for all pages should be included. Links should be functional. And when you're done, you will save the template as !template.html. The page frame for the website should look the same on all pages. The only part that will change on each page is the floating box section of the page. The masthead, nav bars, absolute and relative links, social media links, and the footer will remain constant. They cannot be changed. Once the template is set, you are ready to do step 2. Step 2. Close out of all documents in Notepad++. You want no documents open. Then you will open up the template that you just saved inside the website folder. Run the template. Make sure the website template is exactly how you want it to look. Note the frame or the objects that are included on every page of the website must be the same for every relative pages, including the home page. Make sure the absolute links and the relative links and the social media links are functional. If you have included images on your template, make sure they are functional. Step 3. Follow these steps to create your home page for the website template. Save the template as index.html. Change the title information in the head section to Fisher's home page. Go to the relative nav bar in the body section. Remove the anchor, the href equals index.html title, and the title. Leave the text home, and then make sure you delete the closing anchor tag. Resave the document. The page should look as follows. The tab should have Fisher's home page. The home tab should be the only tab not linked in the nav bar. Step 4. Close out of all your documents in Notepad++. Note, you close out of all the pages so that you do not make a mistake and work on the wrong page. Open up the template again. Our next relative link is the page called history.html. Save the template as history.html. Go to the title section in the head tag and change the title to Potato Chip History. Go to the nav section in the body tag and remove the anchor, the href equals history.html, and the title from the link. Make sure you keep the text history. Delete the anchor tag. Resave the document. Run the history page. The browser tab should read Potato Chip History. The History tab should not be linked, but the Home tab should be linked. Click on the Home tab and it should take you back to the home page. Click on the home page, click on the History tab, and it should take you to the History page. Step 5. Close out of all documents in Notepad++. Note, please close out of all the pages so you do not make a mistake and work on the wrong page. Open up the template. Our next relative link is the page called Order. Save the template as order.html. Go to the title section in the head tag and change the title to Order Online. Go to the nav section in the body tag and remove the anchor, the href, and the title from the link. Make sure you keep the text Order Online, then delete the anchor tag. Resave the document. Run the Order Online page. The browser should read Order Online. The Order tab should not be linked, but the Home tab and the History tab should be linked. By clicking on the Home, History, and Order tabs, you should be able to move between the three relative pages. Step 6. Close out of all documents in Notepad++. Note, you close out of all the pages so that you do not make a mistake and work on the wrong page. Open up the template. Our next relative link is the page called Processing the Chip. Save the template as processing.html. Go to the title section in the head tag and change the title to Chip Processing. Go to the nav section in the body tag and remove the anchor, the href, and the title from the link. Make sure you keep the text Processing the Chip. Delete the closing anchor tag. Resave the document. Run the processing page. The browser tab should read chip processing. The chip processing tab should not be linked, but the home tab, the history, and the order tabs should be linked. By clicking on the home, history, order, and processing tabs, you should be able to move between the 4 relative pages. Step 7. Close out of all documents in Notepad++. Note you close out of all the pages so you do not make a mistake and work on the wrong page. Open up the template. Our next link is the page called Find Us. Save the template as findus.html. Go to the title section in the head tag and change the title to Find Us. Go to the nav section in the body tag and remove the anchor, the href, and the title from the link. Make sure you keep the text Find Us. Delete the closing anchor tag. Resave the document. Run the Find Us page. The browser tab should read Find Us. The Find Us tab should not be linked, but the Home tab, History tab, Order tab, and the Chip Processing tab should be linked. By clicking on all the pages, you should now be able to move around your website easily. The last step is to update all of your pages. Usually you start with the home page. You want to make sure all sections are completed with text and objects that demonstrate a variety of information that a user will find on your website. Then you update your relative pages with information that is specific to the subject matter for each of your web pages. When you finish, all of the pages should be completed with very little white or empty space on each of the pages. Note, make sure you are updating your web pages as you work on them so they reflect the most current updates. Congratulations, you have just finished part 4. Create the template for your potato chip website. Save the index.html page as !template.html. Then delete the index.html page. The template should only include the following: the absolute links, the masthead, relative links, the div container tag, floating boxes, social media, and the footer. Any other objects you want to include that'll be on every page. Then continue on to the next slide for further information. After finishing your template, make sure it looks exactly the way you want it to look. Once you start creating your relative pages and your home page, you can no longer change the template or any of the relative links in regards to the masthead, relative, and absolute links, social media, the colors, or the footer. So make sure you're confident that the way your template is set up is the way you want it to look. Using the step-by-step procedures given in this PowerPoint, create the home page and the relative pages for your website. The only part of the home page or the website that you need to complete in its entirety is the home page. You need to fill it in with text and objects. Show me your completed work when you have finished. Congratulations, you have just finished all of the PowerPoints for Chapter 5. Please go back to the class website to see what your next step is.